Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, gentlemen, for your time here this morning with us. I, along with a number of other folks last week, sat in on a briefing on the final report from the National Security Commission on artificial intelligence. I'm not sure if you all have had a chance to see that fascinating 750-page report, so it's not light bedtime reading, but a lot of great recommendations in there. And one of the key findings that they landed on was the need for us to establish AI readiness by 2025. A closing window, we've got an advantage, but our adversaries are closing that rapidly, and they feel that we need to make some significant investment in those areas. I know that we have as an intelligence community with things like Project Maven and Mars. I know we're working to capitalize on artificial intelligence and machine learning. You know, one of the findings they said was the intelligence community will benefit from AI more than any other national security mission. But then further, we've talked a little bit about talent. They said the talent deficit in DoD and the intelligence community represents the greatest impediment to our achieving that AI readiness by 2025. General Berrier, I was really intrigued with your recommendation there about the Service Academy candidates, because I feel the same way every year. We have a tremendous talent pool there. And in all these hearings, and even across departments with other agencies of the government, it's this need for talent that we're all fighting, and particularly in the area of the digital world. We talked a little bit about Digital Service Academy and other meetings. I'd be curious for your all's thoughts on whether you think there's maybe there's a time for a new service academy, a digital service academy. Would you support that, and what are your thoughts?
Representative Franklin, I'll just start and quickly turn to my colleagues. AI, ML, it's going to be a game changer. It already is a game changer. And it's an area where our adversaries they really understand it. They understand that data is power, and being able to harness that data is really where your power will be in the future. And so getting after this, as you know, in the USCINS, we have the Project Maven is something that we prototyped, if you will, and now ensuring that we can get that out so that we can actually spread that throughout the intelligence enterprise is going to be key. So we're focused on this. Haven't thought about the digital academy piece. Know that we need to have a better way of actually coalescing around this. But your comment is spot on where we need to be, and I know my colleagues have been thinking about it. So let me pass it to Generals Berrier and Nakasone for their comments.
Congressman, that's a great comment about AI, and that's everything for DIA right now. As we move from the legacy database called MIDB, think of it as everything we know about the world, but in analog. Think of Excel spreadsheets, think of stubby pencils, think about analyst time on a target folder, if you will, to an automated AI ML infused product that is much richer in this day and age, and will be a foundation for the department as we move into our joint warfighting concepts. So it is everything to us, and we would like to invite you and your other committee members down to take a look at that. On the digital academy, I would just say that we need folks who are data literate and understand the science, because right now they're hard to find. If it took a digital academy, that would be an interesting way to put a bunch of those folks into the workforce very, very rapidly, and it's a very intriguing idea.
Congressman, I've had the opportunity to take the outbrief on the National Commission. In fact, they outbriefed me just this week. I couldn't agree more with you with regards to the talent piece of it. We have a tremendous amount of talent here at the National Security Agency with regards to AI and ML and data science. What I would tell you is that it's not necessarily always the recruitment piece that is the critical element of it. It's the ability to ensure that someone that comes into the National Security Agency on day one doesn't leave us in 5 years or 6 years. It's the ability to grow that person in a series of different jobs. At the same time, being able to understand that that person is being recruited by the best of private industry and government. And I think this really does speak to what Secretary Moultrie, I know, is very interested in taking on, which is a look at how do we ensure our best talent stays within the defense intelligence establishment. And that's something that we're going to have to do collectively.
Okay. Yeah, they had cited specifically 2025 as a kind of a marker out there for when we need to be ready. Do you all feel that we are making the proper investments to maintain the advantage we have over our near-peer adversaries? And if not, what do we need to do to ensure that we keep that advantage.
I'll start, Representative Franklin. I think we understand what the priorities are in this space, and we understand the things that we need to do. And so we're going to align ourselves to ensure that we maintain that advantage. I call it a decision advantage. Some people call it an information advantage. We have to have the tactical and military advantages too. But we know where we need to invest to actually get better and more agile and more capable. We'll get there. We just need to make sure that we have the interaction and collaboration across the interagency and across the IC with DNI to do that. Let me pass it to my colleagues for their comments.
Congressman, I would say that for Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Lieutenant General Berrier, yeah, if you can make a quick summary.
Yes, Chairman. So for DIA, investment in this space is critical for us. So I would say this is the #1 tie between Mars and the AI and ML programs that we have there, along with JWIC's IT and the top secret network we run for the department.